personally, I got a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? Daughter in college. You know what I'm saying? I got a 10-year-old. I got my son. I got my oldest, and right now it's not looking great. So it's hard to do that. It's almost I want to say when you hit rock bottom is when you got to start scaling back everything and pull everything back into you again. You know, as men, we do so much for everybody else, whether it's our family, our job, our brothers, and then when do we stop and say, "Hey, it's my turn"?
Well,
You know
and that's what I want to dig into. When do men say it's our turn? When do we say it's our turn? Like after we take care of everybody else, because the whole how society sees things, we prioritize everybody else, we provide, protect, etc., all that, right? But when do we say it's our turn? Because everybody else will say, "It's me first. I prioritize me, self-care. I take some time back." We don't say that.
Well, it's to answer that question, you don't have a right or wrong answer for that because everybody's situation is different.
Definitely.
Everybody's situation is different. Some people may have a partner they can lean on a little bit more and stuff like that. Some people may have just lost a partner, and now everything is just on you and stuff like that. So it's just everybody's situation is different. So it's not about a win. Like in my personal experience with me now, it's about me. It's not about anybody else.
Okay.
As men, we do things for everybody else. We're the man. We're pretty much the backbone. So we have to do everything. Like you're married. So everything is on y'all because y'all the man. So as men, that stigma is always we run the household. We gotta do this. We gotta do that. And if you got a good partner, like I know both of y'all have, they add to y'all. So your jujitsu is good because that's your interest in stuff like that. But what if you don't have that at home? What if it's just you? You don't have a partner to lean on or to fall back on like that. And now you like, yo, what's going on? And then you get to them crazy thoughts in your head when you're sitting by yourself without nobody to talk to. So then who do you talk to? You know what I'm saying when it comes to that.
Okay. Well, I mean, I know there's a lot of resources out there, right? Therapists, church, etc., close friends. But, I just feel like a 2025 version of men self-care it looks a little like it's not important.
Man, I gotta disagree to an extent. Like for me, I had to learn to prioritize myself more.
Okay.
I think it's a part of men that, we want to take care of our families, and we put a lot of people first right away, thinking that's the right way to move, and then it's not for me to say what's right and what's wrong for how somebody deals with a situation. But I found out what works for me is I had to prioritize myself first in order to give my best to the people around me. Like, being a father and now becoming a grandfather and seeing my kids going to adulthood and having kids of their own. It's like, bro, it's like a culture shock, you know what I'm saying? Because when I think back to myself being in that position and being a kid and stuff, my grandfather, my grandparents, and everybody were the foundation, the rock of the family, and they were always able to take things on and look out for everyone else. When my mom or my dad would struggle or I was struggling with something, they always were there to hold us down. But they were only able to do that because they took care of business, themselves. They had to prioritize themselves and being able to put themselves in a position to be able to help us when we stumble and everything. So that's why I look at my own mental health as a priority, because I have to be right in order to hold it down for the people that I love.
That sounds like some change, though.
It wasn't always like that.
It sounds like some chains holding you a little bit.
Nah, it wasn't always like that, because my mindset initially was I would sacrifice for everyone, especially like with my kids and stuff.
Yeah, I can second that.
Okay. All right. So, speaking about self-care, right? Video game. I would talk about video games, but that's a way to decompress, talking about video games, playing video games. But in some cases, right, there are a lot of video games that are like violent and can have you project the wrong energy or as a suppression to not addressing something, right? If you're playing video games too much,